to get back in the gym, y'all. That's why I even got the song. I'm finna work out after this video. I need to get back right, man. Anyway, y'all know what time it is. What's up? What's happening? It's another episode of CFB with Ziggy, episode 5. Whoa, the episodes are stacking up. I'm dropping on your head. I told you my goal is to drop one every day before the season starts. Kind of been slipping up on that, but I'm getting right. I'm trying to get tinkering, getting things together. No, nothing crazy. Speaking of the season, week 0 is 13 days away. That's literally tomorrow. You gonna blink twice? It's here. I can't wait, and that's why I love it. Man, I love this. And you can tell by the thumbnail, we talking about the 2024 season. Predictions, previews, all that good stuff. I'm letting y'all know what's up, man. And we getting straight to it, boy. I just can't wait. So much is going on. Transfer portal, NIL has leveled the playing field to some extent. A lot of teams that used to not be all that good, they got a lot better. And the playoff has expanded to give some teams a chance. That's what y'all wanted, right? Expanded playoffs, so more teams got a chance to win the Natty. We gonna see. It's feeling good. All sound good in the summer and fall camp. But what it looked like when that ball kicked off. First things first, that AP poll definitely just dropped today. Now, I don't know if y'all knew, but let me just spoil y'all for those who don't know. The AP poll, the preseason polls are so irrelevant. Literally mean nothing. Because when the season starts, it's going to change immediately. A lot of teams with high hopes gonna get their hopes crushed if they don't get right. On the flip side, it's a lot of teams that go under the radar, which I'm sure they love it that way. And then halfway through the season, you realize, hold on, they're a lot better than I thought. Whoa, it just came out of nowhere. See, that right there. I'm telling y'all, that's the secret to why college football be so crazy. Teams you never expected to be good be turning up out of nowhere. Shocking people, upsets. Explosive. They make this sport crazy. And I love that. So let's take a look at the poll real quick, see what we're looking at. Okay, Georgia started off number 1, and as a Georgia fan, I do not like that. Now, y'all may be looking at me crazy, but I just feel like Georgia performs a lot better and does better when they're not put on the pedestal early. Like I'd rather be lower than 5, to be honest. But that's unreal for Georgia. I mean, Georgia is really projected to be number 1, the highest odds winning national championship. So it is what it is. So we're just going to have to go out there and earn it. Got Ohio State at number 2. To be honest, if Georgia doesn't win the national championship, the only team I see winning is Ohio State. And let me just go ahead and spoil it. That's my prediction for the national championship, Georgia, Ohio State. Get that rematch from 2 years ago in the Peach Bowl. Necessary. And Ohio State has a lot to prove. They probably got a bigger chip on their shoulder than Georgia. They can't lose to Michigan again. That's out of the question. No, not no 4th year in a row. Can't lose the Big Ten 4th year in a row. Can't miss out on at least playing in the national championship again. Loaded. Best roster in the nation. Probably best defense in the nation. We're going to see how it shake out. Oregon at number 3. Speaking of the Big Ten, speaking of Ohio State's biggest opponent, it ain't Michigan no more. They done lost their coach and 2 new players to the league. It's Oregon. Oregon is here. Dan Lanning, he done took that blueprint from Kirby, took it over there up to Eugene. Now they done entered a whole new conference, but it's not going to matter to them. They got a hard-nosed, tough, grind, gritted out blueprint. And that's going to be one of the biggest games this season. Mark it right now. I'm going to do an episode on the biggest games. You might as well have that top 3. Ohio State at Oregon. Ohio State fans remember the last time they played Oregon. Oregon came to the shoe. I think that was, 3 years ago? It didn't quite go the Buckeyes' way. Oregon came in there and really shocked them. They shocked me. They played better than I expected. So Ohio State might still have some revenge. And that may end up turning into be a new rivalry. Oh, these conference shakeups, man. You never know. Texas at 4, Bama 5, Ole Miss 6. Why does Georgia have to play all 3 of them teams, bro? All on the road this season. One of the hardest schedules Georgia ever had. It got to be the hardest. But hey, Texas at 4, they just made it to the playoff last year. They're looking to bounce back. Steve Sarkisian and the boys, Quinn Ewers. A lot of people say he's been underwhelming to some extent. Can he step up? Bama at 5. This is the post Nick Saban era. Don't really know what to expect. Kalen DeBoer is a good coach, but can he mesh with Jalen Milroe like they say he can? There's been some good news coming out of Alabama fall camp. Might be good. Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin has kind of been in that medium range. Like, you can beat everybody except maybe Bama and Georgia. So there's been a lot of talk that maybe he done got his defense right, because he's known for being having offensive prowess. Can he bounce back? Can all three of them beat Georgia? Is Georgia going to go undefeated against them? Who out of them three has the best chance to beat Georgia? Y'all let me know in the comments. Out of Texas, Bama, Ole Miss, who can beat Georgia? Finishing out that top 10 with Notre Dame, Penn State, Michigan, Florida State. Now, come on now with this Notre Dame, Penn State, bro. Every year in the preseason, they get thrown in the top 10, projected to do this and that. Everything's all positive, and then they let us down in the season. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep. This is Ziggy. I'm gonna keep it a thou wow. They don't really hold the end of the bargain based on the preseason expectations. But Penn State, they got some stuff cooking. You know, maybe they can show us something finally. We kind of tired of this beating everybody except Michigan and Ohio State. All right, let's do something else. Otherwise, your seat might start getting warm. Notre Dame, you really benefit from not being in a conference. You don't have to worry about winning your conference. And honestly, I don't have a really tough schedule. I think their toughest opponent is between, Louisville and USC? If I'm not mistaken. I'm going to have to go back and look at that, but I don't know. So that's just the top 10, you know. Anything else surprising outside of that? Not really. So we're going to see if anybody else down there or unranked can show us something good this season. But like I said, this is a preseason poll. That's why I'm not going to dive into that. It's not really relevant. We ready to see what they do on the field. That's when the rankings matter. So I just can't wait. This 12-team playoff, y'all. This is what y'all wanted. All y'all fans of them teams that never got a chance to do nothing in the playoff, this is what y'all wanted. 12-team playoff. You wanted a chance to be in the playoff. And that's really because the sport in itself has really projected the playoff to almost matter more than the regular season. But I'm not gonna let that happen. The regular season still matters. Fall Saturday still matters. In the words of that boy Josh Pate over there at Late Kick, fall Saturdays is what matters. The regular season is important. This is why we love the sport. The playoff is cool, but it's them Saturdays before the playoff. That's what matters. That's what fans go crazy for. That's what fans fill the stadiums for. Man, but look, the 12-team playoff is going to have some in-stadium, home campus playoff games. So if y'all think them fans get crazy in a regular season game, them home playoff games, boy, I can't wait. Oh, y'all got to love it, man. Y'all got to love it. The crazy thing about the expanded playoff is it's going to extend the season. So usually the national championship is early January. I think it's not till January 20th now. So it might affect some of the student players that, got class and stuff going on. But, hey, it's here. It's just something else to get used to. Hopefully they're able to cope with it. Now, we got some conference realignment to talk about. And we're going to start with the SEC. The SEC got Oklahoma and Texas leaving the Big 12, coming to the SEC. So far, I think it's safe to say Texas might have a better chance of competing than Oklahoma for now. Things can change. But we are definitely going to see. Texas has a decently hard schedule. They have Florida on there. They have Georgia. That's the one. Georgia coming to Texas, to Austin. I think that's going to be Georgia's toughest game. That's going to be one of the games of the year. So mark that. I already said Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, Georgia. And those are the 4 top teams in the polls right now. So who is Bama now? Ain't no more Saban. Yeah, y'all heard me, Bama fans. In case you just woke up yesterday, ain't no more Saban, bro. It's over with. It's Kalen DeBoer. They got a French name, ain't it? He's a good coach. He did his thing at Washington. You know what I'm saying? With that boy Mike P. the third, Michael Penix. But how can he mesh, like I said before, with Jalen Milroe? And there has been some great news coming up out of there, and the running backs are doing their thing now. It's replacing the receivers. That's concerning. And also that defensive secondary. How do they bounce back from that? Georgia, are they really the big dogs? I already said they got them 3 big road games, 3 top 10 teams. That one of the toughest schedules ever. Do we really got it? Carson Beck returns. So we got a Heisman level quarterback. Another year in the system. I got faith in him, but it's going to be tested. His mental capacity. Handling them road games, them insane crowds. You can't even hear the calls. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, y'all. Telling you. What else we got SEC-wise? LSU and Brian Kelly, his 3rd year. Now, Brian Kelly is known for doing great things in his 3rd year. His 3rd year at Notre Dame, I think he took him to the national championship. Even though that didn't quite go their way. But LSU is primed to do something good. We're going to see. It's great things being said about Missouri and Eli Drinkwitz over there. They have an easy schedule. They don't even play. They don't play Georgia. They don't play. Do they play Bama? I think they play Bama. But they miss out on a lot of people. They don't play Texas. So there are a lot of people's dark horse to make it to the SEC championship. We're going to see. Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. We already talked about him. I mean, what you got, bruh? Now, Auburn is interesting. Hugh Freeze's 2nd year. Now, there's been a lot of good news about Auburn, about their recruiting, doing some great things. And they almost beat Bama last year. They had to get beat on a 4th and 31, last second play, legendary, in that Iron Bowl. How do they follow that up? I don't know. We're going to see. Naturally, as a Georgia fan, I don't have a lot of great things to say about Auburn, but I'm going to keep it 1,000. Like, it's just up in the air. We're going to see what they do, though. The Big Ten, you already talked about Ohio State. Oregon, they are definitely the top 2 teams. And to be honest, I got Penn State as far as the 3rd team in the Big Ten over Michigan. And I'm sure Michigan's going to love that. That boy Sharon Moore is now the coach. I forgot your name in the other episode. My bad. Sharon Moore. He's the coach now. And it's his identity. It's his team. There ain't no more Harbaugh. So he's got a lot to do. He's got to recover from losing all those players. He's got to recover from just the debacle and some of the stain from that controversy that they was dealing with. And I think he got it. He got a chip on the shoulder because he already predicted to be number 4 in the Big Ten. So we're going to see. And some more folks in the Big Ten that might surprise y'all, though. Wisconsin, Luke Fickell. Ain't nobody talking about him. Watch out for him. You heard it from Ziggy first. Watch out for Wisconsin in the Big Ten. And Nebraska. Matt Rule might have something cooking over there with that boy Dylan Raiola, freshman. One of the best in his recruiting class. But as of right now, my prediction for the SEC championship is going to be Georgia versus Texas in a rematch. Maybe Texas beats Georgia in the regular season, but even if that's the case, we're for sure going to beat them in the SEC championship. Whether we beat them in the regular season or not, I got Georgia winning the SEC over Texas. Let's get to that ACC. I'm going to just come out the gate and say I got Miami beating Florida State. And no, I'm not mentioning Clemson. Dabo Swinney and his reluctance to use the transfer portal is well documented, and I think that's still going to affect them. Now, they got Garrett Riley at offensive coordinator, working with Cade Klubnik in his 2nd year as a starter. Can they get something cooking? They got Georgia in the first game of the year here in Atlanta. That's going to be an interesting game. I mean, we're going to find out early either way it go. Is Clemson about it or not? But I got Miami and Florida State in the SEC championship, like I said. Now, Miami, you got Mario Cristobal, who is a Miami native. He played for Miami. He's been getting a little bit better each year with that win percentage. So I think this is the year that Miami gets it right. And they just got Cam Ward out of the transfer portal from Washington State, a running quarterback. There's a lot of promise with him. But we're gonna see. Mike Norvell, coach of Florida State, He still got that chip on his shoulder from not making the playoff last year despite going undefeated. Now they really trying to get about the ACC. I forgot to mention that. Clemson and Florida State, I don't even know if they still trying to leave the ACC or not, but they might as well stay for now because Big Ten, SEC, we don't want y'all. We're not trying to do that right now. But Florida State got DJU now, the transfer from Oregon State who had transferred from Clemson. So that game is going to be interesting. Florida State versus Clemson. DJU playing his old team. Yeah, mark that one in your calendars too. But I think Miami gets it all together and they're going to beat Florida State in the SEC championship. I just had that feeling. They got something cooking down there. Coral Gables. Big 12 wide open. Oklahoma and Texas left. Who's tier 1 in the Big 12? Does anybody know? Please let me know. Hit me up in the comments if y'all know, because I sure don't. So, with that being said, can Colorado sneak up in their first year in the Big 12 and really do something? Coach Prime and them boys over there and his son Shadur, Travis Hunter, I don't know. They won 4 games in the Pac-12 last year, but the Big 12 is a slight upgrade if you ask me. So, let's just see what they got. Can that offensive line improve? I think everything hinges on the improvement of the offensive line because it was terrible last year. They had that boy Shadur running for his life, and it was sad to see because that boy Cole fuck with him. Despite me saying all that, I really got Oklahoma State and Utah in the Big 12 championship. Utah has that quarterback Cam Rising in his 17th year there at Utah, so I think it's safe to say he knows the system. He's a great, consistent quarterback. Utah's a consistent team. So, but they're just entering the Big 12. So can they win it in their first year? Meanwhile, Oklahoma State has literally the most experienced offensive line in the nation. Not even close. They done been there forever. And they got the best running back in the nation, Ollie Gordon. And I think they're going to lean on that to win a lot of games. So when it comes down to Utah, Oklahoma State, I got Oklahoma State winning that Big 12 championship, getting in the playoff. We got a lot of new coaches in some new places too. We got Mike Elko over there at Texas A&M. Not a lot of people talking about A&M. He just transferred over from Duke. I think they may have something cooking too. Now, they did just lose their running back to injury, which is sad to see. We pray for a speedy recovery. We hate to see it. By the way, Texas's quarterback, C.J. Baxter, some other news. That was huge for them, losing him to injury, which is crazy because that rivalry is coming back this year now that Texas is joining the SEC. But we hate to see injuries, no matter who you root for, who you root against. But we know they have the capacity to bounce back. And if not, we just going to have to find out. But A&M, let's see what he can do. Mike Elko over there. Kalen DeBoer, like we've already said, did his thing in Washington. He's at Alabama now. It's obvious that he has some of the biggest shoes in the world to fill, trying to step in for Nick Saban. So my opinion is he just needs to take his time and just create his own identity. Don't try to be Saban 2.0. Bro, ain't nobody finna be Saban. Not Kirby, not Ryan Day, not nobody. Just be you, do your thing. And I'm sure that's what Bama fans want. Got Manny Diaz over there at Duke. He was defensive coordinator over there at Penn State, and prior to that, he was the head coach in Miami. So now he's the head coach at Duke. I wonder if Duke plays Miami this year. That's going to be interesting. But let's see what he brings to Duke, because Duke did pretty well under Mike Elko last year. And so Manny Diaz being defensive-minded, will they become more of a defensive team? Will the offensive fall off? Let's find out. A couple more coaches. Got Jed Fish at Washington. Got Jeff Levy at Michigan State. Jonathan Smith at Michigan State, to name a few. It's just going to be interesting to see what they do in their first years. Now, we got some coaches and some teams on the hot seat, or just it's getting real uncomfortable at the very least. And you know we're talking about Florida and Billy Napier. You can't even mention words hot and seat together without thinking of Billy Napier in Florida. And the crazy part is they got an insane schedule. Like, that's tough. That is, boy, what? That back half, them last 6 games, pray for them. I ain't gonna pray for them. I ain't really too fond of Florida like that, but y'all do that. Y'all get them prayer warriors together because they gonna need it. So with that schedule, is his job really safe? Because it may be a situation where if he has a record like last year or worse, he gone. He gone. It's over with. Arkansas Sam Pittman, the lovable Sam Pittman, man. Used to be offensive coordinator at Georgia. He loved turning on that jukebox for a win, but we ain't heard no music lately. So this could be a year where if he don't do too well, he may be gone. Now USC and that damn defense. What is really going on, bro? He left Oklahoma to go to USC. Talking about Lincoln Riley. And just because he changed scenery, he created his narrative that maybe the defense was going to change, bro. You still the same team. You still Oklahoma coach with a USC hat on. Now, you did just get a new defensive coordinator from across the street. Like literally across the street. Like USC can open their door, look, and like he right there waving at him. They use the same field. But D'Anton Lynn, I'm hearing positive things right now, but I don't really know him like that. I can't recall how good UCLA's defense was last year to really compare to see what he'll do over there. So, ain't no telling. A lot of this segment is 3 words: wait and see. Penn State, we already talked about him being James Franklin. Now, Drew Aller is a former 5-star quarterback, and being his first year starting last year, he did some good things. He did some not good things, had some freshman-type moments. So he has another year in the system. Yeah, that's another wait-and-see moment. I want to see it. I want to see Penn State do good. I don't want it to always be 2 teams in the Big Ten dominating. But they did add some teams, so that in itself could change just off of that alone. So who are my possible national championship winners? The top 5 of the AP. I'm going to just keep it 1,000. Just for right now. Now, of course, things can change, but Georgia can win it all. Ohio State can win it all. Oregon can. Texas, Bama. Those are really the only ones until things change, until further notice. So we're going to see what it do. Heisman watch. Right now, it's Carson Beck. I guess he's leading it in the odds makers' minds. Georgia quarterback. It'll be interesting to see a Georgia quarterback win. We ain't seen a Georgia player win a Heisman, boy, since Herschel Walker, 1980, eons ago. You got Jackson Dart, the quarterback over there at Ole Miss. He's definitely good. He's definitely working in a very good system to get a lot of numbers. He could be up there. Quinn Ewers at Texas. We want to see him get a little improvement under Steve Sarkisian, but he's definitely under the right wing to make something happen. Dylan Gabriel, though, quarterback over there at Oregon. He transferred over from Oklahoma. So he has some shoes to fill following after Bo Nix. Bo Nix had a redemption year after all them struggles he used to have at Auburn. He did his thing at Oregon last year. So can Dylan Gabriel repeat some of that? The lefty? Let's see. Jalen Milroe, quarterback at Bama. Now, he did his thing being a runner/thrower at Alabama. Definitely good with the deep ball. Now, the one thing Jalen Milroe might have to improve on is the intermediate passes and passes between 10 and 20 yards. Can he improve? Kalen DeBoer might be the one to help him with it. I forget the offensive coordinator name, but we're going to see. Shedeur Sanders is up there in the Heisman race. Now, had he had an offensive line that actually could block, he might have did some great things, even more than what he did. But with improvement of an offensive line, Shedeur Sanders' name is going to stay in the Heisman watch for sure, I believe. So yeah, that's the top 5 right there. And I already told y'all, okay, Heisman prediction. I might actually go out on a limb and say either, I'm stuck. Quinn Ewers or Carson Beck. And I'm only stuck and not saying Carson Beck because I think Georgia's going to improve as a running team. So that may take from Carson's opportunities to get those numbers that would give him the Heisman Trophy. because we're going to become a better running team. But you know what? Fuck that, bro. Carson going to take that thing. We taking the SEC championship. Carson going to get the Heisman, and the Natty with the rest of the team, with Kirby. Natty number 3. On the way to being the new GOAT. Yeah, I said it, Bama. Yes, sir. Now, one of the negative things of this season is, oh, man. Let me just play it, y'all. Because we all know this is near and dear to our hearts, man. This song is so nostalgic. The SEC on CBS. It ain't gonna be the SEC no more, man. Not a Big Ten on CBS. What is that? Oh, man. Because ESPN just got all the money in the world and they bought all the rights to the SEC. So now all SEC games going to be on ESPN and ABC. Now the Big Ten going to be on it. Hey, man. Hey, Big Ten. To every team out there, y'all better do y'all thing over there when y'all games be on CBS and keep that same momentum and legendary aura that the SEC used to have. Please. That's all I ask. I damn near done covered everything, y'all. That's about it. So, with all my predictions, I want y'all to get in them comments and give me y'all's predictions. What do y'all think? Give me something crazy. Give me some of your hot takes that you think will shock the world, that you believe that actually might happen, though. Don't just throw them out there. Throw them out there if you believe in them now. At least a little bit. But yeah, get in the comments. Let me know what's up. And I'm going to hold y'all to it, too. So, because if they don't happen, you might see me bring them up again at the end of the year. So, yeah. I think that's going to conclude this episode of CFB with Ziggy. You feel me? Now, keep in mind, I don't know if y'all knew, but this is the road to 1,000. The road to 1,000 subscribers and 1,000 views. That's my first goal right now. So, that being said, you already know. Like, comment, subscribe, share with 5 people. Don't be stingy, bro. You know some college football fans that might love this video, bro. If you like it, he might like it too. She might like it. Even if they don't like it, send it anyway. Because you don't know them like you think they do. They may be a basketball fan now, but when they get hit to Ziggy, they might switch over, you feel me? You never know, man. Help me out. Get these numbers up. I'm blowing up either way. I'm telling you right now. So, if you want to be part of this journey, be a real one. Blow my numbers up. Send it to some people. Please, 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 please. That's all I ask. All right, y'all. Episode 5 in the books. Peace. Yeah.